Hey everybody, Lev from 73 here. I did a video a few days ago on my cherry tree, Stella cherry tree. Really recent video. It's raining outside right now, so I didn't take anybody outside with me because it's pouring here in Columbia, South Carolina. I had a revelation. Get this. I showed you that video. Did you see what color those cherries were? Those cherries were yellow and red. So I was thinking maybe, they're not ready yet and they're uh, just changing color. I was off work today and I just thought about it. I was driving in the rain, taking my son to school, and I thought about it. It all just started adding up. You ever done that? Sometimes stuff just start adding up. I don't care whether it's about some money that came up missing, or a cheating spouse, or what was the answer to the question that your third grade teacher asked you 20, 30 years ago, whatever. Sometimes you just be driving along, you just be sitting, and then boom, you got the answer to something. For some reason, it took you that long to put two and two together. Well, the cherry tree was yellow and red. Now, the store that I got that from, they're not known for having garden centers. I just looked up. So I got a Lapin's cherry tree from that store, and I got a Stella cherry tree from that store. Now, when I bought those trees, and they were dirt cheap, I think it was like $5 a piece. I told y'all this before. The Lapin's cherry tree, the smallest tree that I really never do too many videos on, when I first got that tree had cherries on it. And they went from being little green balls, little green cherries, and they instantly start getting bigger and turning black. Like a dark, sweet cherry. Now, the Stella cherry tree has never had cherries on it. I mean, it did, but they fell off. Then it did again and never got this big. And I thought about it. I've been saying, yeah, it had cherries on it. It wasn't the Stella cherry tree. It was the Lapin's cherry tree with cherries on it. So my point is this. I've really never seen cherries on that tree that go full term, right? Now, Lady Land Farmer said, she said, baby, I think those are ready. Those are pretty big. I said, nah, they got a ways to go. Plus, they supposed to turn really dark. A Stella cherry is dark. She said, they look ready to me. So the next day, after work, the day I did the video, the next day, I go out, pull in the driveway, and I said, I'm going to see that cherry. I'm going to pull one off and taste it just to prove her wrong. They're all gone. Now, what got me about that is when the Lapin's cherry tree had cherries on it, as soon as the birds would pick at them a little bit, and I guess they figured they ain't ripe, so they would leave it alone. They pick at a little bit, leave it alone. Once those cherries turn sweet, and I tasted one like, oh yeah, as soon as I get home from work, I'm pulling all these cherries off. I got home from work, they were gone. Now, same thing happened to this Stella cherry tree. Birds would peck a couple, leave it alone. Come back and peck those same couple, leave it alone. I get home from work the other day, it was gone. Right? That don't make sense unless they were already ripe and sweet. That cherry was yellow and red. Now, I remember when I bought those two trees, I was going to go back and purchase a Lapin's cherry tree that sat right next to them. I never did because this store is pretty far out, and I never went back out there to get it. The the Lapins, I mean, sorry, the not the Lapins. I'm sorry, y'all. The Rainier cherry. The Rainier cherry tree was right next to it. The Rainier cherry is yellow and red. So I was going to go back out and get a yellow and red uh, cherry tree, Rainier cherry tree, and I never made it. The store, remember, the store that I got these from is not known for having a garden center. Matter of fact, if you ain't buying something simple like daisies and stuff that you really know what it is, you really shouldn't be buying stuff from there. So few weeks ago, I was out at this same store. I made it back out there looking for to see if they had this year that Rainier cherry tree. They didn't. But a young lady was out there with me and she said, wow, they have nectarine trees. I said, where? Get this. I grabbed the tag that said nectarine tree and it had fuzzy peaches all over it. So every last nectarine tree that they had fuzzy peaches all over them. Not nectarines. Nectarines are smooth, right? That was another buyer beware moment. So out of the blue, it's raining. My windshield wiper is going today. Windshield wiper's going, and sometimes that sound just kind of drive you crazy. I'm not driving with music on or anything. Just dropped my son off, and boom, it hit me. Where did I get the tree from? What kind of tree was it? How the hell do I know that was a Stella cherry tree? I'm getting it from a place that's not reputable. You go to this place and buy hand soap and socks and blouses and golf pants. You don't buy freaking cherry trees from this place. So all of that made me think, you know what? The birds would have only eaten it if it was ripe. They would have pecked them until they just ain't quite ready yet. They pecking my peaches out there, pecking my plums, but they ain't ready yet, so they kind of back off. Those cherries was ready. The reason they were so small, and they really wasn't all that small, but they were small because that's a baby tree. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that's a Stella cherry tree. I think I may have a Rainier cherry tree. And I think the labels is just screwed up. So, thought about that today. And I said, I got to let everybody know. I don't think that's a Stella cherry tree. Buyer beware. Yeah, it cost me too much money, $5 for this tree. But I don't got what I really wanted, right? And I was thinking, how did it get pollinated if it's a Rainier cherry tree? Because two of the trees that will pollinate a Rainier cherry tree is a Stella, which it ain't, and a Lapins that was blooming right next to it, 5 feet away. Think I got a Rainier cherry, you guys. That's not bad news, but it's not what I was going for. Buyer beware. Be careful where you buy these trees at. I keep telling y'all that. Careful where you purchase these trees and plants because you don't know where they came from. You can't get on a phone and call this nursery and ask them any questions about this product. So that's all I had to say tonight. Sorry this video was so long, but I really just had to let you feel my whole heart dropping, story, like, because it just hit me. Just like, I don't know. Like, have you ever, somebody ever told you a joke and you got it years later? Maybe you had to mature a little, maybe you had to grow up a little, or maybe you had to be in that situation and just, damn it, now I get it. And now it's funny. Something you saw on TV that didn't used to be funny to me. It was a lot of things back in the day on a TV show with, we gonna call him Jack Tripper. I didn't quite um I didn't quite get some of his comedy. I was way too young to get some of that comedy. I watch that show nowadays and I sit in here and almost pee on myself laughing. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you guys, sorry about this video. It's so long and it's really not meant and set out here to teach anybody anything. I just had an epiphany and I had to share that with you. The only thing we can learn out of this video is buyer beware. I keep telling y'all that every year. Buyer beware. Be careful where you buying your products at as far as your trees and vegetables and fruit. Be careful. All right? That's all I got, you guys. I'm sorry about that. I almost went live with this video, but I said, nah, I don't want to keep y'all on the horn too long. All right? Thank you. Have a good night. Live Farmer 73. I love you. And I'm out.